Let's move on to another guy, Tyreek Hill. He's still one of the highest paid receivers in the league. He's probably third in my book because I don't count a lot of Devontae Adams as fake money. I think this is his last year with the Raiders, and he's probably going to be traded because of the final years of his contract, where he's owed $35.6 million and $36.6 million. You know how the business of the league works. But right now, Tyreek Hill, in real money, he's going to, because I do not count the 2026 year, he's going to make $23.9 million over the course of the contract that he signed with the Dolphins. Real money. That includes this year's salary, which is guaranteed. That includes next year's salary, which is not guaranteed, but is the final year of his contract. He has been leapfrogged by Justin Jefferson. And then Cooper Kupp is making $24.4 million. Surprisingly good deal. He's getting every single dollar of his contract. And even though A.J. Brown has had his contract restructured and elevated, he's still averaging out about $22.1 million in real money. Calvin Ridley's at $23 million in real money. Do you make Tyreek play on this year's contract and revisit the situation next year, or do you take care of it now?
I would take care of it now. To me, of the three players you're talking about, Tua, Javon Holland, and Tyreek is by far the most obvious one to extend because he's the most proven of the three players. There are no questions with Tyreek except the fact that there's often soap operas and dramas around him, but there
hasn't not led to any arrests, weirdly enough.
Right. But there hasn't been anything so worrisome during his time with the Dolphins to make you think, okay, we don't want this guy around anymore. It hasn't reached the point of any arrests or any issues that would give the Dolphins pause for thought. So there's always going to be some element of drama around Tyreek, but he keeps himself in immaculate position or condition, I should say, and no erosion at all in his skill set or his game. He's still very much in his prime. So to me, he's the guy that would fall under that no-brainer extension category. Someone who is elite at his position, has no major question marks swirling about him, doesn't have the concern that the skill is going to drop dramatically with age over the next couple of years, even though he's obviously speed reliant and speed does dissipate with every human over time. But you're not at the point with Tyreek where you see any evidence that it's dissipating yet. So to me, I would do it now. He's the one guy that to me is the no-brainer to extend now.
And how do you revisit the contract? Are you talking about adding years? Are you talking about?
I'd be comfortable with that. Yeah, I'd be comfortable with that just to lower the cap hits, give him more guaranteed money, obviously without any guaranteed money being due in 2025. So I would be comfortable guaranteeing some that year and basically paying him along the lines of the other top receivers in the game because he's earned that. Now, that's not to say he's a perfect player. Obviously, he had a couple of key drops last year, but he's still, I don't think any reasonable person would say that he's not a top 5 receiver in the league, if not top 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think arguably I can't name 10 better weapons than Tyreek in the NFL, not just receiver, and that includes quarterbacks. There's Patrick Mahomes and the list. I wouldn't even put Tyreek below Justin Jefferson, to be honest with you. I'm very curious to see what Justin Jefferson does now without Kirk Cousins in a new quarterback situation. Jamar Chase, the concern for me is Jamar Chase, Debo Lamb, CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb, right? Debo Samuel.
And Debo's going to be coming back for a new contract restructuring. I'm of the opinion that you do it now before the price goes up on you. And in fact, I said it when they were trying to create cap space and free agency. The easy thing to do was to revisit Tyreek's contract, extend him, change up the fake year from the $45 million, redistribute some of that money, and make him arguably one of the top 3 highest paid receivers in the league in terms of fake money and then real money. The problem that I have with that situation is that they did everything but do that. Now, do you think that had more to do with Drew Rosenhaus's demands for a new contract for Tyreek, or that the Dolphins said, hey, man, this is a lot of off the field stuff, Tyreek. Like, we got to get this cleaned up here?
Well, it's something that we don't know with certainty. It could very easily be both. We know that Tyreek is receptive to an extension, not only because of the UPS comment, which was very funny, but Drew said earlier this offseason that it's something he thinks the Dolphins will visit. It might just be a case of them not getting to it yet. Perhaps they needed to be convinced that there weren't going to be off-field issues that would affect his play. But there seemingly has been nothing that's happened in the building that we're aware of, and certainly nothing that's happened on the field to suggest you wouldn't want to extend him. So to me, it's an obvious move if they can arrive at the right number. There's no guarantee they will, but traditionally, Drew and his clients reach a deal with the Dolphins. I would expect it to happen here. I think planning for a post-Tyreek era as soon as 2025 would be a mistake. He's the engine that makes this offense run. I think we both agree about that. And I think you can squeeze another 3 effective years out of him, barring something unforeseen.